Notice my boy. As you notice, my voice is different because I have a cold. So I changed to a robot base. Meh. So let's just get started. Oh, hello, guys. It's been a month since I posted a video. I just need a break because it's a lot of, school stuff. So, Inco, and so let me explain here. By the way, just stop about it for a while. So let me explain here. This is a reboot of the Superman that I made because, you know, why I include Batman because I'm so dumb. So let's just continue and forget about that what if by the way and just trying to make a reboot of this. So let's continue. Inko and his Archie Midoriya were enjoying their vacation in the country when all of a sudden something crashed in their front yard, and it looks like a meteor. As Hisashi went outside and checked it out, and when he got there, he was shocked to see there's a baby. Honey, you might want to see this, as Hisashi said told her as soon as she got there. She was surprised to see a ship holding a baby wrapped in a red blue blanket. As Inko said, can we raise the child? Hisashi's please, as Inko asked surprisingly to her husband. You know, I was supposed to ask the same thing after looking at the ship for a couple of minutes. It's messing with it. They managed to get it open, and then Inko pick Izuku, or a baby Izuku, telekinesis quirk to brought him to her arms. I think we should name him. What should we name? As Inko said Izuku. As Hisashi said, yeah, that's perfect. Izuku is now in the middle of the year. He is now a high schooler. So, he is the smartest one in his class, and he's hiding his power for somebody else. The others know he's quirkless, so since his adopted parents thought the world wasn't ready to know how powerful his powers and so that's why they need to hide, because if they know, someone will have to take him, the government. So the bell rang after everyone and everything was finished, showing of their quirk's expectation for Izuku and Bago talking about Goji Wei, just like Izuku. Hey, Deku, Bago said, not yelling for a second. Finally, Izuku said, I told you not to go to UI. I would always get annoyed when people told me to give up, said Izuku. You know I'm not doing that, Kachan, said Izuku. As Izuku was about to pack up his notebooks about to go, as I raised the kryptonian that was here, Izuku said in his head. The kryptonian was here with me when Bago tried to grab me, Izuku said. It's... You honestly think I would just let you take that one thing that tells you about my race? As Izuku said, as tightening his grip, so Bago couldn't grab it. Grab Izuku. Why can't I... uh, get out, said Izuku, and his Izuku grip was so hard. Bago was trying hard to pull out his hand, and Izuku just pulled his hand, causing Bago to let go and zip off the bag. And Izuku ran. He ran and left Bago at the ground, and Bago stand up and see Izuku was gone. And Bago was pissed, so Tigress came under the bridge. Izuku was walking under the bridge towards his home when all of a sudden a manhole was burst open, and a slime building came out. "Hey kid, I guess you're good enough," as the slime villain said, as coming toward Izuku trying to take over his body. Izuku slowed time and perception of time by how fast he was moving. Izuku was moving and to think about why he should hide his powers. Izuku said, "I'm done hiding this. The world failed with filth. Needs actual pure heroes to protect them." Izuku thought, walking home, then resumed time. As Izuku said, "Mom, Dad, I'm home," as he said while walking in. Izuku was only greeted with a silence, and an explosion occurs. Izuku hear up the top and see his dead parents with their necks cut open, and he see a man with armor and Izuku said, "Who are you?" as he yelled and flies towards it, and as his adopted parents killer, and the guy said nothing, and Izuku flies over there and grabs the man, and the man goes to the portal. Izuku then called the police, and they ask, "What happened? Hey kid, what happened?" I just see the guy with armor kill my parents." "It's gonna be fine, kid. We'll find it. We'll find the killer." Izuku didn't hear the police talking to him. Izuku in his head was anger. Izuku said, "Oh, I will kill him. It is the last thing I can do," as he thought. It's been a month since his parents died. I mean, his Inko and Sashi was died. And he spent the month mourning for the rest of the time out in space near the sun, restraining himself. The phone started to ring, signifying that the 10 months are up. Izuku then started to free falling back to the earth, breaking through the atmosphere at a high speed and landed in the desert. Izuku stood up. Izuku think about his parents. And Izuku said, "Thank you for raising me as a human, Mom and Dad." And Izuku said to himself, as I knelt with his fist touching the ground, as he charged and blasted off into the sky, flying in the suit that Inko Midoriya made for him. The Varus, the symbol of hope for the Kryptonian, as Izuku quickly went home and put on the different clothes and submitted his suit to UA, then appeared at the front of the gate, getting there early So let me explain here. I didn't explain his training because he's already powerful. So no training for him. So no one can see Izuku then walk in and took his seat, waiting for everybody else to get here. Once everybody was here, President Mike started his explanation of her entry exam. Excuse me. As a kid yelled, that looks like he went to the private school, Izuku said in his mind. The plummet, it said that there were 4 robots, but you are now telling us there are 3 robots. And if you were to miss this mistake, I would be severely disappointed in you, Sir Mike, he said, as pointing towards Izuku. Well, Izuku was his phone, reading a digital copy of the book of Invincible. And Izuku looked up and said, "Yes? What do you want?" as he asked. "Did you only come here to be unfocused? Then leave," as a kid with glasses said. And he shouted, "Look," Izuku shouted, "Look here, I only took out my phone when you started to talking because you are started off with a stupid question. Think about it. There's a 1-pointer, a 2-pointer, a 3-pointer. Robots that either means the 4th is a 0-pointer, or they decide to change it after the send the deployments. And I forgot to send out the news once I responded." Still reading. What that young man said, it's true. The 4th robot is a 0-pointer, so we thought that we should not include it. Could you please sit down, as Izuku said, as President Mike yelled after that. And Izuku sent to their respective areas, and Izuku was standing there with his arm crossed and his face is nurturing the stars. He yelled everyone thought that he was going to count down, so they were having some delayed reaction, said Izuku's mind. Well, and when he flew up in the air, he destroyed a couple of 1 and 2 pointers by flying through them. It's been 7 minutes till the exam is over. Izuku then was atop with 200 points, while everyone else had 60 points to 70 on the last 5 minutes. They realized the 0-pointer was going, so everyone was running. Izuku was about to go with them, since it did not seem his problem to take out the robot, but then with his enhanced hearing, so he heard somebody calling for help. Izuku quickly flew to where she was and saw she was about to be stepped on. Remember when saving someone, if they're scared, give them a friendly smile to show them it's okay. Izuku remembered that from the All Might, with his mom and dad watching All Might said. And Izuku quickly flew forward and caught the robot's foot with his hand. "It seems you may require some help," Izuku said, turning his head towards her. to show his calm face and smile. I should move right now, she asked. Her heart, Izuku could hear her heart rate slowing down, showing she's not scared anymore. Izuku said, yeah, I'll handle this. It's from here, I told her. Izuku told her to watch as she left, as Izuku waited till she got to the safe distance, away from the zero-pointer. Izuku pushed the zero-pointer's foot slightly, but due to his immense strength, caused his feet to go high up. Then Izuku flew up and flew and threw the torso there 3 times, causing it an explosion. And before it could fall, Izuku took it apart and safely placed the piece remaining on the ground. And with the entry exam was over, time skipped to 1 month. It's been a month since the entry exam, and during the month, it's been instructed to build. Izuku was instructing the building of the fortress for himself. Izuku think it call it the fortress, just the fortress will do. Izuku said, nope, I'll think of a name later. Izuku thought that while waving themselves at his hand, a huge fortress of eyes was made to the Midoriya residence. Since Izuku still get his mail there, he checked it out, the mail, to see the letter from Yue. Izuku walked inside the house and go up to his room to see if he passed or failed. Izuku said, mostly I'm going to pass. Izuku rips up the mail and he see a flat disc and a holographic video of All Might. Said, young Midoriya, you scored the highest and the highest of them all. With 200 points, the extra of 60 points must be from saving the girl. As All Might said, you just gained 60 points for saving this girl. As Izuku nodded at the confirmation, he was given a welcome for the Hero Academia, as All Might yelled at Izuku. As the disc stopped playing, signifying it, and was finished, Izuku pulled out his phone and looked at the map of Yue. It made while studying the inner workings of it. Oh my gosh. So, Izuku was standing at the entrance of Yue. As Izuku heard something move, Bagu yelled as he bumps Izuku's shoulder into the back, mind thinking he will be able to knock Izuku over, but instead he got pushed back since his body didn't move from its spot. Izuku turns to Bago, his face neutral and listening. His face was neutral. Izuku said, listen here, Katsuki. You have made it to Yue School for Heroes. As I say, as Bago Wicks, and when I didn't call him Caution anymore, so either you started acting like a hero or I'll treat you like a villain, Izuku said, as his eyes glowed red and fired a laser. trying, starting to fire the laser, but next to her, next to him, your heart rate has speed up. Looks like I made myself a clear. Izuku hear Bago's heartbeat getting faster. As Izuku said, looking at scared Bago as he walks away, leaving Bago on the ground. As Izuku walks into the classroom, he immediately was greeted with the kids and asked some stupid question. Hello, my name is Tenya Ida, and I was moved by what you did during the entry exam when you saved that girl. Ida said, it was nothing special. I just did what hero do. I responded calmly soon. Everyone had begun to swarm as a comedian, as commanding me. Izuku's commanding and asking Izuku's some question. He felt a tap on his shoulder and Izuku turned around to see the girl he saved. Oh, it's you. Are you from before? She said as a green hair like Izuku, except that it was a little bit brighter. And she had a mutation quirk, I guess, since it was the only ways I could think of. For she looks like a prog. Izuku's mindset as Aizawa, and Izuku saw a sleeping bag on the ground, crawling in the room of the desk, standing up and show looks like a hobo, but was actually a pro hero, Eraserhead. His quirk allows him to erase someone else for as long as he doesn't blink. A drawback, bad case of dry eyes. Izuku thought to put this on the following, so he drew a notebook showing Aizawa. So Izuku already knew that it was Aizawa. So Aizawa said, it's been 5 minutes since you shut up. That's not going to happen in my class. Once everybody got here, some round of the face girl asked question. Excuse me. What about orientation? She asked. You could visibly notice Aizawa got mad. This is a place where you train to become heroes. He was about to continue, but it caught him off, and Izuku treated like regular students, so no time for orientation, Aizawa said. As Aizawa finished nodding approval, as Izuku said, anyway, let's get started. Also, anyone who fails on the apparition test, it will be expelled, he said. Everyone yelled, what? Except for Izuku, idiots, it's motivation to do better. I also noticed that the son of Endeavor was surprising either, and it keeps stores. An expression, Midoriya, you scored the highest in the entry exam, so can you go first? Aizawa said, as Izuku walks into the circle and grabs the ball. Unlike the middle school, you're allowed to use your quirk. He explained, and he threw the ball and caught in a couple of times before throwing it off. And one more time, he catch it, throwing as fast as he could, which means all they saw was Izuku catching the ball and then standing there. What did I get? Aizawa said Izuku, and he looked at his phone and it shows infinity. That's nice, but must have drawn it fast Earth gravitational field. I thought, wow, walking the only person to get infinity like myself. I was gravity core girl that I saved from the 5 3 points. Next was standing along was the long jump, which Aizawa gave him infinite for since it told him that he can fly. Then there was the crypt string, which it came as first place for the reason, you know, Izuku is so strong. So, how they went, it was in the middle of Aizawa talking, that Izuku noticed something besides Bakugo, starting at staring at Izuku. It was that Mr. Daddy Issue has been looking at Izuku for time with hateful eyes. Here then ranking Aizawa announced, ranking Izuku's first place, the best guy. As second place Todoroki. As third place Tatsuki Bago. As fourth place Momo Yayorozu. As fifth place Tenya Ida. As sixth place Eijiro Kirishima. Seventh place Mashiro Orjiro. As 8th place Denki Kaminari. And so I noted that someone heart rates pick up, so I look around and saw it was a guy with great balls for his hair. He was sweating bullets, so you please last. I thought, alright, that it's for today. Oh yeah. Aizawa said I lied about however place was getting expelled. As Aizawa said that So would try to get beyond plus ultra, he said with some type of excitement to say that the grape-haired kid was relieved. And this is going to be the end, so make sure to like and subscribe. Goodbye.